Alright, greetings fellow traders. It's Wednesday, August 10th. Today we're going to do technical analysis on the Kiwi New Zealand US dollar pair. What we're going to be looking at is a short opportunity that I've currently taken in the marketplace just a few minutes ago. Now what I want to do is show the analysis that led me to the opportunity to go short on this pair. First off, what I want to do is I want to attempt to trend this 4-hour market. Grabbing my channel, what I can do is take the top here and connect the tops of resistance points in this marketplace, and from there on what I need to do to find the trend is I need to connect it to a support, and we can see that there is a support coming in right here on the pair. Okay, and furthermore, when we look for confirmation, we look for the heart line. We can see respect there, we can see respect here, here, and at this point right here. So what we can also see is that we have established this trend because we have more than 3 points confirmed in this. So you can see that are currently being highlighted, and to the downside we can also see that we are showing respect of the bottom of the trend wall. So let's continue on here and look for further analysis that's going to lead us towards the trade opportunity. Now what we want to do is we want to take this down to the 1-hour compression. We want to see where we stand in the overall cycles of this pair. Okay, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for nice smooth movements that have smooth pullbacks, being retracements, from those points where I can take my fib targets and look for respect of the fib target. So I can see from the top here of this overall downtrend down to this point right here around the 87.20, I have a nice pullback in here. And what I'm always looking for is I'm looking for retracements to be nice and smooth like that and to take their time, and then for the selling to come back in. So what I can do from this point is I can take my fib targets and look for respect. Ultimately what I'm looking for is the 1.270, and we can see when we place those targets on there that we have definitely respect right there perfectly. Market pulled back and tested it once again. So this is beautiful respect right here in the marketplace, and what we can see is that it came back, the market respected here the top of the trend wall once again. And furthermore, this is now where we can start to look for a new initial movement in here to grab fib targets to find out where we are currently at in the movement. So moving on throughout here, and again what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the smooth pullback. So this right here is not a smooth pullback that I'm looking for, but this right here is definitely a smooth pullback in the marketplace that I could go ahead and say that this point here to this point here is going to be the initial movement that I want to fib target and look for the areas of targets in the marketplace. So let me go ahead here and delete these, and what I'm looking for is the top here of the movement down to the bottom. Okay, and what we can see here is that we have 50% retracement. Now from that 50% retracement, what we had the market do is we had the market take out right here the 786. Now notice how it is coincidentally overlapping that the bottom of the trend wall. Okay, so we have a market confluence right there at that point, and that is why that target right there most likely created a retracement pullback, profit taking occurred there. So now what we can see is that is of course what happened, and it went all the way back to the top of the trend wall. Okay, and now what we can see is that we had a double test of this trend wall. The market still can't break out of this downtrend, so we are still intact to pull out that final 1.270 fib target that is resting below. Now when we look where we're currently at here, this is where my trade opportunity started to come into play. Okay, because what I did is I tested the heart line right here, but also what I noted is that I was coming off a very strong rapid movement at this point. Remember, overall I'm targeting this 1.270 coming at around that 77.90 price level. You can see that right there. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I grabbed my retracements from here, and since this was a very fast movement, I knew one, we had to retrace it, but I also knew that the 382 was most likely going to be that place that we were going to turn. And when you have rapid moving markets, you look for the 382. Under normal market conditions, then you will look for the 50% always to be taken out. So what we can do is take those retracements, okay, and we can see that is the 382, and that is where I did enter this opportunity. But furthermore, when we take this down to a smaller compression, we'll take it down here to the 5-minute, what we'll also see is that there was a pattern occurring here in the marketplace right off that 382. So this was the confluence that we were looking for to get us into the trade. Okay, so not only do we take it on just a bounce of the 382, but we had a chart pattern in here showing us that that was going to be the turning point in this market, okay? And there you can see perfectly the bear flag that we had in the market. Okay, notice how I went from the bottom to the top to the bottom to the top, and we always look for the market to start to turn at that second point of the bear flag. So from that bear flag on the 382 is where I took my entry, okay? And then you can see a obvious second entry is coming right here at the break of it, furthermore on the follow through that you can see. Now just notice how this market knew exactly what was happening, and we're currently already trading around the 81.10 price levels, all right? Just about 70 pips already in the money on this trade, and we're ultimately looking for the overall target at that 1.270, okay, which is sitting all the way down here at the 77.90 price level. So this trade ultimately from the 382 on a bounce, okay, we're looking at well over 415 pips, and currently what you can wait for here, if you did not pick up on this analysis on your own, is you can potentially look for a bounce retracement to occur. Now we've already seen the 382, so this would be, excuse me, we've seen a quick movement here on the 5-minute chart, and when we go ahead here and even fib this, you can see that there was once again respect of the 382. So ultimately you can see that when the market is moving fast, you want to look for those 382s. Under normal market conditions, you want to look for the 50%. Okay, so that's what we have here on the New Zealand USD. Remember, short, currently on the pair, and ultimately what we're looking for is for that payment of that 1.270 fib coming down here, okay, at the 77.90 price level that we talked about. Okay, so, or excuse me, let me just go ahead here and make sure that that is the price level that we want to be looking at. Get rid of these smaller sets of fib targets. Okay, all right, so 77.80 is the actual 1.270, and you can see this is exactly what you want to see happen in this marketplace. You're most likely going to see something like this occur, where you're going to have the market break through this heart line, potentially come back, use that heart line as a point of resistance. Notice how it's also going to create an overlap here with this previous support. So this market, once it breaks it, will use this as resistance, and from there we should look for smooth sailing down to the 1.270. So hope you enjoyed that. Kiwi short once again. Until next time, folks, good luck and happy trading.